What an amazing way to begin to wrap up today. Great job. I was taking some notes and I was thinking over the day, thank you to all for sharing your stories and sharing your voice. And one thing is true, over the last few years, we've all seen something in our lives shatter. Everybody in here has felt some destruction, whether that's at our health or our relationships or our jobs, or the value of our money, or our safety and security, or even the life we thought we had envisioned. And we've heard different stories of that throughout the day. But we did hear some words of advice from several of our speakers to be kind, to be bold, to check yourself and your vendors when it comes to technology and vulnerabilities, to look at the whole person for collections and lending, to be ready when you hire and you fire, to keep pushing with DEI, and even computers are pushing us to be the best versions of ourselves. Otherwise, we might be replaced. Voices were heard today, and each of us has a voice. And as we leave this room, some of our voices we have the luxury that some of your voices are heard over others. And so I encourage all of you to continue this momentum and to keep pushing one another and to come together as credit unions to do better. And now I'd like Frank Diekman to join me up here in front for our final words of wisdom.
Well, you're about to be disappointed. First, this is the mother of all short notice remarks. And I want to thank Mitchell Stankovic and Sue and Mike and everyone for having me once again. I think I've attended these from the very beginning. I also want to congratulate them for just finally bowing to political pressure and breaking this room into left-wingers and right-wingers. I also would like to say I've not had the opportunity to hike Mount Kilimanjaro. I hope I do sometime. I don't mean to brag, everyone, but I did summit Florida's highest peak this summer. And for those of you with a low bar of expectations, I'd like to urge you to join me this summer in doing the same. The one thought that I had, and I'll be very brief, is, we sit here with the White House across the street, and once again, congratulations on the product placement to you. And we're here in Washington, and Washington is the home of the one-day outrage. And it goes for not just politicians, but my compatriots in the media, where, you show up at the train accident, you express your outrage, and then everybody leaves, and then, the circus moves somewhere else. I would like to, just in sharing my thoughts, Brandy, and I appreciate the invitation, I'd like to challenge you and Mitchell Stankovic and the Underground to give me something to write about next year. In this case, picking up on what this meeting was about, it's themed Shattered. And I would like to see next year, if I could, perhaps retheming the meeting, rebuilding. What did we do? What did we learn last year that we've done next year? I made some notes where Carolyn this morning talked about what can you do. Sue challenged people to think. Brandy, I heard you say challenge one another. Lois said, let's start to measure impact. I'd like to have the opportunity next year, if I'm invited back, and I may not be, to write about what credit unions took from this meeting this year that you did when you got home, didn't talk about, that you did, that I can write about, and I'd like to challenge all of you to give me that opportunity next year. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Frank. And yes, thank you for being here all along the way, and thank you for continuing to challenge each and every one of us. One more round of applause for Mike and Sue and Zach, who's running around here, and the great job they did. And thank you to all of you. Have a wonderful week in DC, and I'll see you all out and about. Thank you.